How to graph logarithmic functions. Now let's look at this one, y is equal to log x. How does it look like? Let's go and draw that one. So y is equal to log x. It looks like this. Okay, this is the log x, and also let's look at the graph. Like, okay, what is log of 2x? Let's look at the graph of this one, 2 power x, and let's draw that one actually. So the 2 power x, the graph of graph of just 2 power x look like this. It passes like this and goes to the infinity. And if you inverse this one, like if you find the inverse in the origin, that is actually log 2x. So the relation between 2 power x and log 2x is they are inverse. That is a power function and log function relationship. Now let's look at another equation. Let's look at another one. To do that, I erase this one first. So let's say we have an equation given by y is equal to log negative x. So here we are getting a negative value in the x. So it means it's going to flip in the y-axis. So if you flip in the y-axis, it's going to look like this. Let's go ahead and draw this one. It flips in the y-axis. The graph is going to look like this. Okay. Let's look at another one. Let's say we have minus log but x. Let's erase this one and write it again. Y is equal to minus log x. What is that gonna look like? If if it's log minus x, if you have log minus in front of x, we saw that it flips in the y-axis. But if it's minus log x, it's going to flip in the x-axis. It's going to look like this. Okay, what about this one? Let's remove this thing. Let's say we have an equation that is given by given like this: y is equal to negative log negative x. What's going to happen here? Here what's going to happen is it's going to flip. You can think like it flips in the y-axis first, then flip to the x-axis. So if you flip, we know that y is equal to log x look like this, right? Look like this. If you flip this one to the y-axis, it's going to look like this. And if you flip this one into the x-axis, this is gonna look like this. That is basically this graph. Let's go ahead and draw it big. So the graph is gonna look like this. Okay, here's this. Okay, now let's look at something like 2 power x log 2 power x. I remove this one. Okay, let's say the equation given is log 2 power x. Now here the vertical asymptote is x is equal to 0. How do we know that? Because if you look at x, we don't have any addition or subtraction with the x value, so we directly know x is equal to 0. And we can also find some other values like x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2. Let's put it on a table. Let's find the xy value when let's find the y value when x is equal to 1, and also when x is equal to 2. When log 1, the log 1 is always 0, so this is 0. And when we have log 2 and 2 like this, that's equal to 1. If you have same number, like if it's 3 3, it's also 1. If it's 4 4, it's also 1. So if this one and this one are same, that is equal to 1. So we are going to have this one 1. Now let's go ahead and plug it in the graph. I'm going to remove this one. So let's go ahead and actually plug it in the graph. Okay. Let's say, okay, so first when x is equal to 1, y value is 0. Okay. X is equal to 1, y value is 0. So y value is 0. So let's write the 1 right here, and then we also want to know the 2, like we also know the 2. And the vertical asymptote is at x is equal to 0, so it doesn't touch this line. It doesn't touch this line right here. And this is positive, so the shape is gonna definitely look like this. And we know that when x is equal to 1, y is 0, so we are going to have a point here. And then when x is equal to 2, y is 1. So let's say this is 1 in the y-axis. So we are going to have another point right here. So it comes from negative infinity and goes like this. And that's our graph. This is the graph for log 2x. And let's find the domain. What is the domain for this one? Domain or range? Domain is basically what is the possible x values. The lowest possible x value here is 0, but it doesn't touch 0, so we put it in a circle bracket, and it goes to the positive infinity. And what is the range here? Range is basically the start from the lowest y value. Here the lowest y value is negative infinity, and it goes to the positive infinity. So negative infinity to positive infinity. And that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys on my next video.